Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos. I'm going to share two Gematria Divrei Torah, one on Parsha Matot and one on Parsha Masei. Parsha Masei starts with the idea of nedarim. Nedarim brings up a very interesting question. How can it be that a Jew can take a vow and turn something that's permissible into something forbidden? For example, if a Jew takes a vow not to eat meat, that meat becomes an assur d'oraisa. We know the power of speech from Chazal and from the Torah. With 10 utterances, Chazal says, Hashem created the heavens and the earth. Baal Shem says, Hashem didn't create the world once with his speech, but continuously gives life to the world through his speech. And so to Israel, as partners in creation, our holy speech of Torah and Tefillah literally gives lives to all the world. Amazingly, the Gematria of Yod Maamarot, 10 utterances, is 697. It's the same Gematria of Hashemayim va'aretz. Through the Torah of the Baal Shem Tov, we can understand Onkelos' explanation of what Tzelem Elohim is. Onkelos surprisingly says that Tzelem Elohim has to do with speech. You would think that Tzelem Elohim would have to do with a person's mind, as a person's mind is much more sophisticated than any animal or creature in this world. But Onkelos says speech. According to the Baal Shem Tov, we can understand that just like Hashem created the world through speech, so too Am Yisrael, through our holy speech, is literally being partners in creation of the world, bringing blessings to the physical world. The Gematria of Tzelem Elohim is the Gematria of 246. It's exactly the same Gematria as Medaber. And this is the lesson of Nedarim. Nedarim teach us the power of speech, that we have to be careful not just when we take vows, but our words have such power that we are literally shaping the world. And the lesson of Nedarim is to be careful of what we say. Amazingly, the Gematria of Vayomer is 257. It's the exact same Gematria as Gedarim, fences. The Ben Ishai explains the tongue has two fences, the lips and the teeth, in order to remind us the sacredness of speech and to watch what we say. The Ben Ishai explains that a power of a person's speech is dependent on the kedusha of a person's lips. For example, a Tzaddik who always says the truth and never swears and never uses negative words has the power to give bracha to Am Yisrael. This is alluded to in the second verse of Parsha Matot. The pasuk says, "Akol yotzeh mipiv yaseh." Everything that comes out of his mouth he shall do. The Gematria of Akol yotzeh mipiv yaseh is the Gematria of 697. It's the Gematria of Yod Maamarot, the 10 utterances, and Hashemayim va'aretz, the heavens and the earth, showing that the Tzaddik, who keeps every single word that he says, has this ability to affect the entire world. There's a story of the Baba Sali that illustrates this idea. The Baba Sali was known as somebody that whatever he would say, he would fulfill. Once Baba Sali invited a Bachar over for Shavuot night. The Bachar promised Baba Sali to come, but he got busy that night with learning and forgot to attend Baba Sali's meal. He ended up coming around 2 in the morning, and he entered Baba Sali's house. In shock, he saw that the table was completely set, and the meal hadn't started. He was so embarrassed before the Baba Sali and realized that the Baba Sali was waiting for him to start the meal. The Baba Sali went and hugged the man and said, "Young man, do not worry that you're late, but you should know something. Everything that comes out of my mouth, I must fulfill." And so this is the power of the Tzaddik, and the power we must learn ourselves, that our mouths are very, very powerful. And if we refrain from speaking negative speech, it will increase the power of our mouths to bring blessing and shalom to all Am Yisrael. Famously in Parsha Masot, we have the 42 journeys of Bnei Israel, from Eretz Mitzrayim to Eretz Yisrael. What is the significance of these 42 journeys? The Tosher Rebbe asks another question. Why didn't Hashem take Am Yisrael straight from Mitzrayim to Har Sinai? The Tosher Rebbe explains that we needed to do the 49 days of Sfirat Omer. During those 49 days, Bnei Israel were traveling through different places in the desert. We are traveling through the desert in order to be challenged, in order for the opportunity to refine ourselves. At Mount Sinai, when the Jews heard Anochi Hashem Lokecha, the evil inclination from the sin of Adam actually left them. And if Am Yisrael would have entered Eretz Yisrael straight after Sinai and not sinned with the golden calf and the sin of the spies, the redemption would have come automatically. Since we sinned with the sin of the calf and the spies, the evil inclination returned to Am Yisrael. We journeyed through the desert for 40 years in order to be challenged and refine our Yetzer Hara. Baal Shem Tov explains that every single Jew has 42 journeys throughout their life. These 42 journeys are times of challenges, times where we don't feel we're in the right place. But the Baal Shem Tov says we're in the exact place that God needs us to be. And the more darkness there is in their place, the more there's an opportunity to refine the darkness within ourselves. The Kozhnitzer Maggid explains that these 3 weeks are the darkest times of the year. Yet, within the darkest times is the light of Mashiach. If we refine ourselves during this 3-week period of time, we'll merit to bring the Mashiach. This is why Chazal say that Mashiach is born after Chatzot on Tisha B'Av. The Tosher Rebbe explains that these 3 weeks correspond to the 42 journeys of Bnei Israel in the desert. The Kozhnitzer Maggid explains that there's 21 days and 21 nights. Amazingly, the Gematria of 42 Masot, 42 journeys, is the Gematria of 618. It's the same Gematria of Kaf Aleph Yamim, 21 days, and Kaf Aleph Leilot, 21 nights, revealing that the 3 weeks corresponds to the 42 journeys in the desert. The Gematria Masot of journeys is 576. It's the same Gematria of Sur Mirah, turn away from evil. It's the Gematria Miniot, challenges and obstacles. We have to remember, whenever there's a challenge and obstacle in our life, these are one of the 42 journeys. We have to allow the challenges of life to awaken us to do tshuva.